so far, not really any like fantastic arrow setups. It's basically disruption into arrow. Lion, Earth Spike Hex into arrow eventually once you have Blink Dagger, but early on, that's just not really a reliable setup.
I'm a little bit confused by these picks on no ping, just due to the fact that they cannot take a late game with any of these heroes. Abaddon, Assassin, Timbersaw are not scaling with damage.
It's coming, Neff. It's coming. Like we're gonna see the Terrorblade or something along those lines. To go and grab the Gyro. That's actually a really strong pick, giving them even more magic damage and making Terrorblade look a little bit weaker, actually.
Is it though?
I mean,
I
honestly,
mean,
I think Terrorblade wins this going late. I mean, we saw yesterday, Sammy really struck. Ooh, there's the Ember. Okay, interesting. I think we saw Sammy's TV yesterday really struggle against the gyrocopter, if I'm not mistaken. It was just too strong, but the gyro was several items ahead. So I'm curious to see if that's what they end up going for. I do like that pick from Beast Coast, though, as a result.
I'm interested in seeing how Schofield is going to play this one if he's on the position one. If he goes that very annoying build that we hate seeing with the flat cannon and the stats, or if he ends up going points into his rocket barrage.
Neff,
Against a Timbersaw in lane, you basically have to have something to threaten to kill him and turn things around with, though, right?
yeah, that's how I look at it, right? Like you want to play this guy to be semi-aggressive. You don't have lockdown though in the lane. It's gonna be the Shadow Demon, so you're not gonna be able to like really play too aggressive up on the Timbersaw, but you can get semi-aggressive up on the Nyx Assassin once Impale's down, or Spike Carapace is down. It's really easy to just run him over with the Rocket Barrage. So we'll see what they do. They're
Mm-hmm.
actually anticipating. Okay,
Respective.
Spectre would have been very strong. That's a good ban.
Yep. I mean, I think right now they're worried about things that are going to jump the backline. Shadow Demon, Mirana, Lion all would hate to be jumped on by the Spectre. They could get rid of like the Phantom Assassin or something like that here next. Anything with a lot of jump right now, I think you're pretty concerned about. Shadow Demon, you want to be able to keep alive in these fights because he's your save, right? You get initiated on by the Nyx Assassin or the Ember Spirit. Uh, that save is going to do wonders.
That is not a hero you see all that often, Underlord. It is really strong against both cores, though. Ember Spirit and Timbersaw definitely struggled to the roots. So, solid ban overall. To get rid of the Magnus, that RP would have been pretty strong, like you said. Need to be able to make sure the Shadow Demon is kept alive, and Skewers, the repositioning from that is very difficult. If Shadow Demon can't get in range to save a hero, right? If they get like RP'd, skewered super far away, then your fight becomes very difficult. So I like it. Makes a lot of sense. Also, the Empower spam there onto the Ember makes them farm quite a bit faster. But final round of picks here. Both teams running a little bit low on that reserve time. Neff, if you're no ping here, you need a carry that can go up against the Gyrocopter. Is there really many left? I don't even think Terrorblade matches up very well into this game anymore. They go for Medusa.
And No Ping agrees with you. And they take the Medusa here. I mean, it's fairly strong against a lot of these heroes. Gyrocopter and Mirana, if it's being played in a core role, is going to struggle to click this Medusa down. A lot of time you're going to be able to outrange the Mirana because you build the Dragonlance / Hurricane Pike on it quite a bit. Gyrocopter struggles to stay on top of the Rocket Barrage and really Medusa down. I guess that's your answer for the lack of damage it scales to the late game. If Medusa can do it all by herself and your team can make space for her while she farms, like there's your answer. Beast Coast need a little bit more to deal with this Medusa. I mean, it's possible that you just go for the Terrorblade here regardless and put this Gyrocopter on like a mid lane. That would be kind of insane.
I don't think they can afford to do that. And you can't go for like a Drow lineup here since you're going against the Ember Spirit and the Timbersaw. You need an off lane that can disrupt the Medusa. There's just not many good ones available, unfortunately for them.
Take the Pango. So you disarm with that. You plan on countering the Medusa and taking this one late, it looks like. Actually going to be Mariano on the Gyrocopter, though. So I stand corrected.
So is it looking like Mariano is going to be taking the one position and or it's a misclick and we have a real awkward situation here. I mean, Chris Luck is the expectation. He's going to be playing the mid Mirana. We knew that was coming out. Overall, very unique draft from Beast Coast. I mean, we saw that yesterday. They picked up a Shadow Fiend. It looks like Beast Coast is kind of just testing the waters. For those of you who don't know,
It's
it is gonna cost them a little bit though, because here in the group stage, every win you net gets you $250. So if you're trying to experiment a little bit, you are technically losing some money in the group stage.
a lot of money you're losing.
Yeah. At the same time, it is early. They still got a lot of time to see how this goes. I like the Pango here, though. Fantastic against the Medusa, the Disarm, as well as the potential mana burn if he goes for Diffusal. I think we're likely to see Echo Saber, though. Just give himself a little bit of tank up before that, though. What do you think, Neff? What are we seeing here?
On which hero, sorry?
I'm saying, like,
Whisper?
how do you think the drafts are going to play out? Which team do you like?
Oh. I'm not crazy about you know what? I'm gonna give it up for No Pink. I'm supposed to be a Beast Coast supporter, but Panda Boo gave me an excellent interview yesterday. Beast Coast did promise to give me an interview as well if they win game number 2. So we do have that lined up for everybody who's interested. We only got like half the day yesterday done. We're looking to fill up all the slot and time between game, giving Ricky absolutely no breaks. Let's go.
I left my computer
you're
for like
excited.
30 minutes yesterday, Neff, over the course of 10 hours.
Let's go.
Oh, no.
Look, these people need their fill of content. The international isn't happening until October, I found out yesterday.
Yeah, unlucky. You know, sometimes you get reminders. You know, I've been getting messages this whole month so far being like, oh, check out these photos from 5 and 6 years ago. And it's like me at TI and I'm like, oh, must have been nice. Yeah, I remember. Those were the days. Apparently, I took a photo with Slacks and I don't even remember it.
You probably repressed memory.
Yeah.
People have the way of blocking out trauma. So anyways, back on topic here. For anybody tuning in just now, it is going to be Mariana replacing K1 Hector for the duration of today. Hector had just gotten his COVID-19 vaccine, and he is out of commission at the moment. I imagine he's going to be back. He wasn't here yesterday either, but Beast Coast is just trying to make sure all their players are in top shape for the international, ticking all their little boxes before they go to Romania.
Also,
Staying as
just to
possible.
be able to go to Romania.
Yes. I actually don't think you need the vaccine to go. You can get like special visas and whatnot to get over there if you really wanted to. Yeah.
I see. Some river painting here. I didn't know Whisper was Picasso, but here we go.
You say Picasso, I say dangerous 1% organization throwing toxic waste into the river.
I see. Well, now the river, wait, did it even change color? Now it's chrome. Okay. Oh, I think I turned high quality water off. That might have been why.
Did. You were going over your settings yesterday because you uninstalled Dota before you were supposed to gas.
That is true. I did do that. Wait a minute. He just died solo to Matthew?
Matthew God.
Okay. Well, that's surprising. I don't really know how that's possible, but Stinger just...
Yelled him down.
I mean, they both have boots, and you're a lion. Oh, he has mana drain one. This makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah. What can you do? Not much.
You know, Jerry, he gets one, right? He gets one missed first blood. The rest of the tournament, though, he's going to be on point.
So you did end up being kind of correct. They ended up switching it back, going for Chris Luck on the Mirana, playing this in the mid lane. You do see this every so often. You can pump out a lot of right-click damage if you get that Aghanim Shard, right?
It depends on which build he wants to go. I'd expect that he's going to just pick up an early Diffusal. It is pretty strong on Mirana. Like, this hero scales, has incredible damage output. You do have the mana break talent at 20 as well. So it's not impossible that we could see her going this route. And heroes like the Ember Spirit that are fairly low mana, but definitely reliant on his spells. It's pretty strong. Like, it is a good matchup for the most part once you have that defusal. Schofield on the run here from a big scary man on a horse. Turns out he's just gonna body block him so his courier doesn't die. Nice play. This is going on for a while. Pandaboo really wants this.
Ooh. I'm not sure if you can hear that outside.
If what?
Nothing, never mind. Yeah, Pandaboo does really want this. He's gonna get back on top of Whisper here. Unfortunately, he doesn't have any points in Curse of Avernus right now, so Whisper doesn't feel that threatened. In fact, Whisper's got a Orb of Venom is going for a Corrosion. You can turn around and find kills pretty quickly once you get that item completed, but he's struggling to find much CS in the lane at this point, only sitting at 6 and 3.
Yeah, it is a little bit expected. The thing with Pango is that you kind of just rely on Swashbuckle to harass in CS. Like, as long as they don't have anything to get on top of him, he doesn't have to use it exclusively in a defensive manner. But Pango, he'll be able to heal back up under his tower here. He'll be all right. Oh, nice Swashbuckle through. Gets the disarm, but Angel hits him with a huge Mystic Snake. Whisper, he's got a back. Does have 3 stick charges. Holding off on those, but just hobbles away just slightly faster than the Medusa. She is quite slow.
You hate this. You watched mid lane there?
No, I was watching Whisper nearly die top. What happened mid?
Disruption came out from Schofield, and it seems like it's been quite some time since Chris Luck last played Mirana because he did not line up the Disruption Sacred Arrow combo.
I mean, it's not an easy one for sure, but yeah, that's...
You threw the arrow out early, not late.
Yeah. And that's what we were talking about, right? Like, it's not an easy setup.
Tip came out from Dark Mago afterwards, mocking Chris Luck here, but when you don't practice that much Mirana, you struggle to line up these arrows properly.
Chris Luck's gonna have to back for this water rune, but unfortunately for him, Matthew's just sitting bottom, and a well done there, because Dark Mago probably calls us out, being like, Mirana's low, just don't let her get the rune. And they're able to just keep Oscar solo in the bottom lane, and it's gonna allow this Ember Spirit to get even further ahead. So far right now, about even in XP and net worth, but he has a huge regen advantage.
I'm surprised that Dark Mago didn't try to contest the bounty rune there inside the triangle. He might have been able to find a kill on Chris Luck if he had gone for it, but now that he's almost level 6, he thinks about making a rotation over the jungle, but Stinger's already too far back. I think you get your 6 before you make a rotation here on Ember. Looks like he's got a he's got an Orb of Corrosion coming out to himself as well. It's difficult to move around the map at even 5 minutes in if you don't have boots of speed yet. But he'll be able to pull off a lot of harass onto Chris Luck.
Yeah, it's a pretty good amount of damage there you get from the Sleight of Fist, and he is going 3 points in that currently. Chris Luck now picking up level 6. I'm sure he probably just skips his ult on mid Mirana, but maybe he'll pick it up if they're gonna go for some sort of rotation.
Yeah, a lot of time you skip it in favor of going an extra point to Sacred Arrow. That's exactly what he does, but Dark Mago got the moves, he just dodges it.
This guy's brought his dancing shoes to class today.
Doesn't get his boots of speed stall. Instead picks up infused raindrops. He's worried about getting blown up by these heroes. I mean, if you set up with the Shadow Demon or the Lion, like, you do have a lot of kill potential. That's a pretty heavy lockdown.
Yeah.
Tanking up is important, and I guess that's part of the logic behind this Orb of Corrosion as well.
So Gyro's going the stats build, Neff. He just says, no point in trying to fight the Timbersaw. I need to go late game against Medusa. So here we are. Just gonna go flat cannon max with the stats build. We'll see how it works out. I mean, so far it's CSing really well here on Mariano.
Ricky angry.
I mean, I understand. I'm actually not against it here. Pandaboo just wards the hard camp here. Chris Luck does do a lot of damage. Have to be careful. Pops the regen. Arrow comes through. It catches Pandaboo and he goes down. That was a sick play by the Mirana there. And he's got a regen still running, so he does not really care.
Yeah. Your statics, well, your Kievs are blocked, and they've scattered these ones out too. They probably want to try to contest these ones, but they don't have any heroes that can easily do so. I mean, a lot of the time when we watch these games, we see either a Leshrac or an Axe on one of the sides, and they're able to invade easily and clear out the stacks. This game, like, what do? You move Timbersaw all the way over there. He ends up going through his entire mana pool trying to clear the hard camp or the ancient stacks, and then you're suddenly super susceptible to getting blown up.
I mean,
Ember Spirit would have to kind of sit in the camps as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say, you can send Ember, but he doesn't have the third point in Flame Guard yet, and that makes him pretty fragile. Oh, arrow there was trying to be thrown to catch the Medusa, but Matthew actually tanks it for him. Now Rolling Thunder coming through, trying to find the backside, but they just blow apart the Nyx Assassin so easily. Whisper continuing the damage here, trying to chase down the Abad, and the question is, will they be able to get the Medusa as well? She'll just back off. Ends up being a 1 for 2 as Dark Mago chases down the Shadow Demon there on the backside.
Yeah. Gets a little bit of press off on a Whisper. I imagine he's...
I mean, this
more than
favors
happy to trade
Pango.
with
He does
him.
not care about this. Oh, the arrow! Slowed up just in time to leap forward. The damage, is it there? It is. Chris Luck.
You make a fine
He may have missed an arrow earlier, but not this time.
I mean, Dark Mago realized that was coming out to him. He threw out the Riven Train, dodged the arrow, but I guess just SA Ping made him a fraction of a second too slow.
And Chris Luck gets lucky on the rune there as well as it spawns top. Otherwise, Matthew would have stolen it. Net worth wise, though, we're fairly even. Just a slight advantage for Beast Coast, but Gyrocopter as well as the Medusa pretty much neck and neck.
Man, people are still talking about whether or not Hector's playing. Chat can answer it for me at this point.
Chat,
I
come
feel
on,
like I've
pay
answered it 3
attention.
times.
Open
Get
the
it
ears.
together, you guys. Panda Boo's getting gone on here, rolled down by Whisper.
Yeah, nice find there. And he's going to be able to continue doing this until that Abaddon gets level 6. But unfortunately for Panda Boo, he's not even level 4 yet. He has had a really rough time in this top lane. He definitely was just trying to make as much space as he could for the Medusa, but it's cost him big. Ooh, missile coming out onto the next arrow. Comes right on the mark. He knew he was going to try and snipe the rune there. Good play there from Chris Luck as they pick up the bounty rune and now the stacks. A lot of money going to be going the way of Mariano here on this Gyrocopter. Dark Mago, though, he wants to go aggressive. I don't think he can, though.
Yeah.
Well, slight change. Shadow Demon. Woo. Nice play there. A cheeky one for sure.
Not quite enough damage from the Ember Spirit, though. I mean, that's the one you got to go for. You just need a little bit more damage there. It's only 100 magic damage at level 1 for the Remnant, so let's do that on the Shadow Demon.
Timbersaw is here to take his stacks. They are going to find them on the back side here. Rolling Thunder interrupted. Gyrocopter now on the run, trying to reconnect with his team, but so far they take down Ember. Murata with the leap away. She's going to be fine. They get more. Mariano still trying to run for his life, but it's going to be the pop on the Aphotic Shield that takes him down. And now Panda Boo, the one who has to be careful. Shadow Demon's here to help pick him up. Whisper grabs a DD rune. Oscar has to disengage. You know, they tried to invade for the stacks here. The Timbersaw, he's tanky, but the rest of the team just picked apart.
I mean, Medusa's farming while all this is going on, but I'm not sure this is worth as far as XP go. Well, never mind. It's relatively even. I take it back, and they lose Schofield as well.
Did he go back to his Remnant or something? Yeah, he did. He just had a Remnant there. Okay.
Yeah, he dropped it just before he died. I thought he was going to try to Remnant it out, but I think he would have gunned it anyway, so he opted to just leave it there, get back to lane faster, save himself the 100 gold, and would have had to spend on the TP scroll. He's done that twice now. He's sitting on 3 TPs. Anyways, other lanes, we haven't looked at this Medusa in a while. Angel's been basically free farming. Gyrocopter's been clearing out stacks and finding kills, yes, but Angel, he farms incredibly quickly on this Medusa if left alone, and has been left alone.
Yeah, absolutely.
Until now.
Yeah, they're trying to invade a little bit right now. They do have level 6 here on the line, but he just re-topped off his mana there on the Medusa, so not much you can do. Chris Luck just going to try and steal a few creeps and back out. Oscar, though, he's coming in. He wants to jump on top of these heroes. The leap's making Murata a little bit too difficult to catch, but a great 2-man steering change there from the Ember. Arrow going to get dodged. They need to disengage. 4 poison stacks here on Dark Mago. He's got to respect that damage. But it looks like Schofield just going to get ran down here by the Timbersaw. Dark Mago picks him up with that last sleight of fist.
Turn their eyes towards the mid tower here. Mirana already in place to defend, but against the Timbersaw, it's going to be a little bit tricky. Are quite tanky. Dive without a care in the world. Actually, he's got Finger of Death here on Lion.
They're thinking about it, but the Aphotic Shields are just too much. He also has that completed Hood of Defiance. Pops that stick, chases for more. Stinger now in trouble. The Searing Chain's going to prevent Pango from getting that Rolling Thunder, but finally, we'll be able to continue the chase here. Just sets his sights once again on Pandabooza Baden, realizing that's really the only target he can kill, but they're fine. Just gonna back out, and now Whisper in a pretty bad spot. Nice disruption there from the Shadow Demon. Not entertained. Oscar wants to punish him for this. Great swashbuckle once again, but Schofield starting to fall low. I don't think he can get out of here. Dark Mago slight chains in one, catches him, and now Demonic Purge dropped there onto the Nyx Assassin. It is going to go ahead and be a kill going back their way once he pops, most likely. No, he actually had to spike Carapace to dodge the damage, but an arrow on the backside finishes him off. Now Oscar underneath the tower does need to be careful. Slight chains does catch the Mirage. He has 2 leaps still available. Call down comes through. Can they finish him off? They get the Baden on the backside. No more saves coming his way, and Oscar is out of mana thanks to these drains. The question is, can they get the kill? Dark Mago with a nice play there will be able to finish off the line and potentially escape here as well. They can't deal with the Timbersaw. Nev. Arrow, it catches him once again. Chris Luck. More like Chris Skill, am I right, Nev?
More like Chris no luck, all skill.
What a sick play there too from Oscar. I'm sorry, from Whisper, just being able to trap that Timbersaw there in the corner. They end up taking him down. They get Pandaboo as well as he comes back, and now, after what seemed like a 5-minute fight here in this Radiant jungle, is now finally turning into a push into the mid lane.
Yeah, I mean, there was crazy back and forth there. It looked like it was going to go in favor of No Ping pretty heavily, but diving too far and some very sick arrows out of Chris Luck here. He's got a 1 leap charge available, and Dark Mago Demonic Purged up, so his Flame Guard just going to burn out instantly.
It's really sad watching your Remnant like crawl across the map because you just have no movement speed. Haste here, gonna be able to secure a kill there onto Schofield. Nice little pickup there by the Nyx.
That is pretty sad watching it. They're gonna go for this mid tower finally. They've managed to defend a number of times here, but I think this is where it finally goes down. This has got a Sandra and Yasha completed, by the way. Now I'm going to work on the Dragonlance Hurricane Pike. I mean, she hasn't bought it out yet, so I mean, she's thinking about going for another item.
Ooh, nice light chains. You could dive this. Hex does come out from Stinger. They could punish Oscar. He's come, whoa, the wraparound from the Ember. As he finds the kill. Call down now is going to connect. Oscar taking a decent chunk of damage, but he's got the Abaddon behind him, and now Mariano, the one that is actually in trouble. Dark Mago chasing it down. They jump right across and get the kill. Whisper coming in, doing his best, but it's not going to matter, it seems. They don't have the damage to finish him off, and Dark Mago on the backside is just playing with these guys. Schofield will be able to make it out thanks to the Moonlight Shadow, but it is just non-stop aggression here from these 4 heroes of No Ping as the Medusa just free farms to her heart's content.
I mean, they finally end up losing Dark Mago. He'll be able to Remnant it back as soon as he comes back up. In fact, he could buy back if he really wanted to. I'm not sure that's the play.
They don't need to, right? The economy of the Medusa is what matters.
Yep. And they're keeping them away from the Medusa. I mean, we talked about this during the draft. They don't have the late game with anyone other than Medusa. Their goal with all these heroes is to make space for her, and they're accomplishing that goal. 2k net worth ahead of the Gyrocopter, despite the fact he had all these stacks in the Ancients. Angel is going to be absolutely massive as this game goes on. You're playing against 2 ranged cores as well, the Mirana and the Gyrocopter, so this Eye of Scotty is going to put in work with that 50% slow into the ranged heroes.
Yeah. It is a really good Scotty game. Not to mention Gyro is like always going to build like Satanic late game, and having that healing reduction just on your auto attacks is super strong.
Yeah. Getting closer. Only 1,200 gold off the Eye of Scotty. Let's go.
Schofield just throws a random Demonic Purge onto the Ember Spirit in the mid lane for some reason. Oh, well, another arrow comes through. What is that damage? Oscar just blows up the Shadow Demon from half HP. That's quite strong.
What can you do? Yeah, I mean, you're not that important on the Shadow Demon, but you're not accomplishing anything on the map when you're just 4v5 all of a sudden. Oriano's, this is a very heads-up play, realizes that the enemy team is charging at him because of that ward over here on the river, and of course just drops the call down onto the creep wave and TP's back to his tier 2 tower. You don't like to turn things around, but arrows off the mark.
You're just gonna go ahead and take the mana there from the Timbersaw. I guess there's not many other options as you have.
All right, we got a DC here from Oscar. Not a great time for it, to be honest with you.
Not at all. I mean, he's got Panda Boo behind him. What could happen?
True, true. What's this courier doing? It's like flying out at the moment. Doesn't have any items on it. He's working on his Heaven's Halberd right now on the Timbersaw. That's something that we discussed being super important for both teams here. I mean, against the Gyrocopter and Mirana's the cores, you have the 5-second disable off onto them. Gyro's going for the Sandra Yasha, so he'll have a little bit of stab resistance to get out of that, but even so, if Timbersaw gets on top of you, you're not hitting people with your flat cannon for 5 seconds, or close to it, you just lose the fight.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Matthew, he's Vendetta up. I think, yeah. I think you do need to disengage from this one on no ping, though.
Really?
Yep.
Alright, yeah. Well, it just goes back to farming the Ancients. Stinger does drop a sentry, sees Matthew on the right side here. Chris Luck and friends, they catch him with the Demonic Purge. He doesn't even get the Spike Carapace off.
They're not going to have a good time here.
Nah. Well, they're going to just maybe force the ult here on the Abaddon, and they do. Good disruption by the time. Missile does not connect, but it should be an easy chase here for the Gyrocopter. He has that Aghanim Scepter completed. Will be able to find that kill. Takes down 2 at the end of the day. Not too bad.
Yeah, everybody getting back. Dark Mago's got no mana to work with either. He doesn't want to be part of this. Medusa needs to farm despite it all. I have Scotty now completed. And probably looking to play closer to the Roche Pit for the next little while. They don't have anybody who's great at tanking it. And Timbersaw can kind of do it, but he doesn't build up tons of reactive armor stacks against Roche. You have to have a bunch beforehand.
So I was going to talk about items because I was talking about Mirana potentially going for a Diffusal, but it looks like it's Whisper who's picked one up this game instead of going for like the Maelstrom or anything along those lines. Top lane, Stinger picked off there. Does actually end up protecting... I think the Gyro? Was the Gyro up there? I think it was Gyro.
Radiant's top tower is in danger.
But I have Scotty's completed Neff. Angel is online, essentially, as far as the Medusa goes. So we'll probably see them grouping around this hero, taking objectives. And I don't know what you do on Beast Coast at this point. Like, how do you kill this Medusa?
Very carefully. I mean, they've got a Diffusal blade on the Pangolier. If you can get on top of him and get disarms off on him, that's going to be your goal, but that's going to be fairly tricky, I feel.
Indeed. Well, jump forward here. Dark Mago, however, eats a Hex. The Rolling Thunder on the backside. Going to be able to stun them down for a little bit, but it's just Whisper on the other side of the fight, though. Nyx Assassin caught by Stinger's arrow. Whisper will be able to swashbuckle up onto the high ground, and now Disruption. Gonna give you a lot of damage coming out from these Dusa illusions, and Oscar now has to leave. Pops that Stone Gaze, gonna be able to chase them down with that bonus movement speed, but in the Missile comes through, call down as well. Oscar, you're coming too deep, bursted by the magic there of that Mirana, and now Medusa starting to unroll on mana. Arrow comes through, Chris Luck not gonna let her disengage, and now you've got to be careful. I was curious how they kill the Medusa. They just whittle her down slowly but steadily, but she turns it around. She gets the kill on the Mirana. She's gonna take down Mariano as well. The Disruption ends up biting him in the butt. Oh no.
They almost... Alright, Matthew coming back to clean a couple heroes up if he can. They almost turned that one around. You guys need to be careful. You're support heroes. You do have Finger of Death available, but...
he got too much mana back from this snake.
Yeah. Yeah. And the managed to catch Whisper on his way out of that fight, but... That team fight would have gone a little bit more in the favor of No Ping had you had mana on the the Abaddon. The arrow came out on the Medusa, and she could have been able to get the Aphotic Shield up, but he was like 10 mana short and already popped his stick. It was like didn't get in the auto attacks off super early. It barely got out of that one. Ended up popping the stick with 15 charges until he saved that one until the last possible second before throwing out the Mystic Snake. Kind of like baiting the Radiant team into that one a little bit further, and it ended up paying off.
Yeah.
On the Nether Shawl now. I imagine they're going to pass that to either the Timber Saw or the Ember Spirit.
It's gotta be Timber, I hear, right? Yeah, actually, yeah, I feel like it has to be. It's too good on his hero this game.
Yeah.
Never refuse gold.
Mostly magic damage coming out from the enemy team. He's going to need some armor to make up for it, though. I mean, if he doesn't have reactive armor stacks at the beginning of these team fights, then he could end up just getting blown up.
So Crystallock finishes up a BKB here, I think, and Gyrocopter finds a Grove Bow. That is a really nice pickup for him. There's gonna be another Shawl as well. So items are coming online here for the side of Beast Coast. They could look to, yeah, they could look to fight. They smoke up right away. Looking for the lineup here on No Ping. It's a little scary though.
They're positioned very well on No Ping though.
Arrow comes through. It catches. Nice stun as well from the Lion. Call downs there. Rolling Thunder catching pretty much the entire lineup, but they're just going to chase around here. The BKB comes out from Crystallock. Dark Mego up on the high ground. Gets caught by the Finger of Death, and now the Mirana just dishing out so much damage, but she's got to leave. She's got no leaps left. He just bursts down the Abaddon. Now it's just Medusa versus the world. Oscar falling low. The Gyro just tearing through here. The illusions turning it around as the Medusa has no chance of survival. Double kill going the way of Mariano, and now Panda Boo with this buyback. He might get dove here. Nah, they're just going to look at the tower and go for that instead.
I felt like they were positioned super well on the side of No Ping in that team fight, but the Pango getting the roll off onto so many heroes, disabling them all, kind of messed up what they wanted to do in that fight. They couldn't get on top of any of the Beast Coast heroes and get the stuns off on him, so Mariah or the Medusa could actually get auto attacks off, and a lot of your damage still does come out from the Ember Spear, and if he dies first, then you're in a pretty bad spot. I think after this one, he's probably going to want a BKB. We've got Kaya Sanj queued up at the moment, but I'm not sure that's the play. It might disrupt though. I mean, they have so much disable here. I think you just need the BKB in order to stay on top of heroes with the Ember Spirit. You're putting a little bit too much weight on the Medusa's shoulders here. They just picked up down. They got Butterfly on Gyrocopters, and now all of a sudden they need to complete an MKB on the Medusa as well. But she's still working on her Lincoln Sphere. So now, going to get tricky to fight into Beast Coast. They bring it back.
Is the Lincolns just to stop the disruption? Because those illusions do a ton of damage to herself and her teammates. But I'm not sure if
a lot of
that's
things.
the primary reason.
Yeah, I mean, if Lion gets on top of you at the start of these team fights as well, you could just be stuck in place for like a full 6 seconds. Being able to stop either of his disables is a pretty big deal. But yeah, the initiation with disruption. But last fight, we didn't even see them initiate with the disruption onto the Medusa. They used on the Ember Spirit to line up the arrow, right?
Exactly. It started. I mean, the disruption came out after 4 heroes, or after 3 heroes were dead, right? That was when they threw the disruption the second time. Speaking of disruption, able to save the Lion for the moment. Matthew unable to finish him off, and Crystallock just pops a BK or a DD rune, and the BKB just chases down that Nyx, no problem. Dark Mago able to make it out. Panda Boo barely survives as well as he used that borrow time.
Yeah, that was absolutely ridiculous, the amount of damage that he was doing there. He got the Aghanim Shard on Crystallock.
Yeah.
So DD plus 1.5 times crit on every one of your auto attacks. Plus what? He got an extra 75 leap attack speed on top of the, what is it, the base attack speed of 175. So you get an extra 250 with a double damage and 1.5 crits on all his auto attacks. That adds up to be a lot of damage. If I'm not mistaken, anyways.
Yeah, I'll run the numbers on that, and it's a lot. That's what it said when I put them in the calculator.
They're smoking up now on No Ping. You don't have damage, double damage rune anymore here on the Mirana. Now it's safe. They might find the Gyrocopter. Mariana would be a great catch, especially.
Oh, the
you know,
TP. Oh, Matthew
It's such a
smoke
long
pops. And he's out. They will see Matthew there on the other ward center on the backside. So
Smoke doesn't connect. They waste a bunch of time on no ping. Beast Coast, I feel like the later this game goes, the better they start playing. And I think some of this comes down to the amount of international experience they have.
Stinger up on the high ground, walks right under a ward. Gonna drop that Hex stun out onto Angel, but the Lincoln's gonna protect him. And I think that's just a deadline at this point. Not much you can do. Oscar, though, looking for on the backside, diving in really deep. Chris Luck, he's got all 4 charges and his BKB. Schofield on the run. Might be able to throw a disruption and give him a little bit of space. He will do. Arrow comes through, doesn't actually connect onto anything, and Schofield trying to hide in the trees. I think they saw him for a moment, but the Moonlight Shadow is going to be used. Schofield, sneaky guy, will survive.
Dire's bottom tower is
Ooh,
under
the illusion
attack.
expires. Yeah, he's gonna get out of this one. Chris Luck is looking for more here. This could be greedy, but you do have a BKB, 7 seconds left on it. Just BKB TP if the going gets tough here, right?
Exactly.
Mariano playing in his Ancients or his Triangle again where it's safe. Find a Paladin Sword here on the Medusa. If you could find that on the Gyrocopter, you'd be pretty happy.
Oh, she gets spider legs, though. She's much happier. And an Elven Tunic. Oh, man.
Titan Sliver found the Gyrocopter, though.
Titan Sliver is very good. He's going to be finishing up Sanjin Yasha eventually. I think right now he's more concerned about just getting the BKB online. But at the moment, now that bonus status resistance is huge. Dude, this Medusa literally has like the 3 best items that she could ask for.
Titan Sliver found, yeah. Gyrocopter, or the Ember Spirit. I mean, this is going to be pretty important. If you're going out of your way for Kaya and Sanj this game, you're very happy to find this Titan Sliver. It's like the disable that's killing the Ember Spirit here. So maybe he doesn't have to go for a BKB if he's got Kaya, Sanj, and Titan Sliver. Maybe Dark Mago just knows better than me and knew what he was going to roll for neutral items.
Oh, Pandaboo just getting shredded by Chris Luck there. Trying to just force the borrowed time. Makes a lot of sense, right? If you can get the Abba ult in the fight when it breaks out, he is such an easy target.
Try. Over Destruction found on the Gyrocopter now. You might take that.
Oh, high ground initiation here onto the Lion. Force Staff to save him. Gets a disruption as well. Arrow doesn't connect, but Dark Mago eats a missile. Gotta be careful there. Shadow Demon as well, just getting popped. That was the actual new Aghanim Scepter pickup there on the Medusa.
Now Whispers just got to exit from this one. They lost Aegis at the start of that fight as well. No ping obviously timing that one, and Mariano hesitated to go in because of it. Ooh, Matthew.
Trying to get him with a Spike Carapace on the side gunner. Is that what that was?
Yeah, cheeky play, cheeky play. I'm really down this tower now. Try to stall for a little bit of time, throwing out the swashbuckler. I mean, burning down their mana, 50 mana burn on each, 40 mana burn on every auto attack.
Yeah, it's frustrating for sure. Do you have the TPs coming in? Shadow Demon onto the front line. The question is, can you do anything about this? They're just going to disengage on the side of no ping. I mean, they got the outpost now available. Didn't have that available beforehand. So overall, pretty nice play. They smoke up right away. They're just going to go right back on to the enemy high ground. Like Beast Coast Triangle. They just want to play aggressively. Potentially no, as Beast Coast is smoked on the other side of the river. Mariano will show in the mid lane.
Angel, smoke pops.
They're gonna see Angel. The question is, can they actually jump on him? There's gonna be the pop there on his Lincolns, but they whiff the rest of the initiation. Gyrocopter caught on the backside, pops the BKB, trying to keep himself alive. Chris Luck comes in, tons of damage, takes out the Nyx, forces that buyback, but now Angel, he's kind of alone. We'll be able to TP to safety here on the Gyrocopter. Miss again. They keep botching the initiations with these arrows, with these disruptions. It keeps saving him, but the illusions are doing what they can. Chris Luck takes down Dark Mago with that BKB, but he's got no leaps left. He's gonna fall. A 3 for 2, favoring the side of no ping.
Yeah, I'm gonna try delivering on the
Oh,
Medusa.
it might find a Pango here too. I know he's a little bit too fast.
Yeah, he gets back. The Aghanim Shard delivered to the Medusa at the start of that team fight as well, but the initiation, like you said, completely botched. The Shadow Demon twice in that team fight. His disruptions made it so the arrow didn't land the first one. The Rolling Thunder didn't land on the Medusa. If they're not getting her with these stuns, they just lose the team fight, no questions asked. And now you're hitting level 25. You have the split shot modifier. This next fight is going to be near impossible for Beast Coast.
Yeah, the next fight is just gonna get worse.
Yeah. I don't know what this is. This is poor coordination of a team that normally works together very well. Need a little bit more time at this boot camp together. Maybe trust exercises, you know? Ricky, if you fall back, I will catch you.
Will you? Or are you just telling me that for the one time I do attempt it?
Probably the second one. It would be very funny to see you fall
It'd be
back.
really funny. Some solid content. Don't worry, dude. It was for content. Oh, okay. Thanks.
Is under attack.
Yeah. Massive bump on your head for the next couple of days. There's Lexian TP down here to the bottom lane, but getting back already on the Medusa. I don't know. He's working on the Aghanim Scepter on the Pangolier as well. That makes it so much easier to get the disarms off in these team fights by spamming out your shield crash. He's got the shield crash and ball cooldown talent instead of the Rolling Thunder, which is a little bit rare these days, but he's probably planning on getting Aghanim Scepter at some point eventually. Again, the disarms that you can often reduce in these team fights are pretty important, but nobody has a Heaven's Halberd on the side of Beast Coast yet. Pangolier sometimes picks
What
one
a
up.
setup from Matthew. This BKB, he's gonna pop it, but the Stone Gaze trying to stun him. He just keeps dodging left and right. The Lion, the first one to go down, but now the Rolling Thunder gonna try and chain stun Angel in place. Mariano able to survive through it all, and now the disruption into the arrow. This Medusa hasn't done much, but these illusions are just shredding the backside of this fight. Ember Spirit able to make it, but he just goes right into more damage. Whisper now trying to stand his ground, has a swashbuckle, will use it. Angel low on mana, but still has the stick charges. Continue the chase. Arrow catches Oscar. Pandaboo will be able to keep himself alive, but Angel able to disengage. A dieback on the Lion.
Everyone else falling pretty low, but they don't end up going down. I think No Ping struggled to dive super deep here without having the Ember
It caught
Spirit.
Schofield. Walked up on the high ground there to go for a D-ward and ends up paying for it big.
I imagine you want to get back here on No Ping. Roche is going to respawn the next 20 seconds now. This is our next objective. It allows you to dive without a care in the world. Ember Spirit is going to need this, though. He's now got the BKB queued up finally, and it really shows how badly he needs it. He's getting like slowed down and stunned up constantly by this line. He's just not able to do anything. Like at this point, they don't bother studying up Medusa because they know they're not going to be able to bring her down. The cold-blooded makes it even harder. And now Medusa going for a Daedalus instead of an MKB, even though Gyrocopter's got the butterfly.
I like the Daedalus. I think she just doesn't really care about the Gyrocopter at the very moment. She just wants to be able to stand, like basically stand in artillery and do damage. The MKB also might backfire on her with the Shadow Demon, right?
Yeah.
If she ends up going for a butterfly eventually.
You've got it complete now. So this is going to be a very quick Roshan with the assistance of the Daedalus.
Oh, arrow caught. It returns a stun onto the Mirana. She immediately BKBs, has to leave. Expends 2 leap charges. A nice little play there from the Knicks.
And you're forced to use your BKB for before a possible Roche fight. But yeah, Matthew jumping in front of the arrow, catching it with his hand, right?
Yeah. Does he have hands on a bug? I don't think so. Does he? He has claws.
He caught it with his claws. The next level play. Now they're going to go into the Roche pit. I mean, they need to take it right now. If they manage to force the BKB out of the Mirana, they have it for another 40 seconds. You might as well. It is dangerous playing against the Pangolier and the Gyrocopter from inside the pit, but they are so far away from the team right now. I don't think they're going to be able to make it in time at this point.
Nah, I don't think they. I don't think they can contest even if they wanted. They've got everything up here on the side of No Ping. Angel gonna get Aegis. Gonna grab that cheese and shard up on the Ember Spirit. Now having those kind of mini Radiance remnants, but also the fact that if an enemy dies, he just gets it restored with the Aghanim Scepter. It's such a huge buff to this hero. Big fan.
No. I mean, they've got the Aegis now. This is one of the benefits of the Medusa. At this point, you are so tanky and you do so much damage. You have the second life. You can just kind of sit on top of the high ground auto attack down that tier 3 tower. They're going to push through the bottom lane at this point because they want to be able to grab every Rax at once, I think.
So
These guys need to make a move from outside their base, I feel.
yeah, I agree. I think you're right. They can't afford to die outside their, like, right outside their base. They have to force something further out. Now, I saw Chris like going for this earlier, but I wasn't sure if this was exactly what it was going to complete. He finished up the refresher to give himself 8 leap charges.
Comforting rune of regeneration.
Let's go. I mean, you have double BKB as well.
Yeah.
You're a little bit low on damage otherwise, but I guess if your leap is your damage, it makes sense.
Yeah, I guess, but I'm kind of with you on this one. I feel like he's just severely lacking damage. Back to the fight. We're just already starting. Medusa thrown under, and now Shadow Demon gonna pay for that one. Try to do what they can to bring down these heroes. Chris Luck, the leap forward, trying to take down Oscar. The chase continues. He's still got a refresher available. Will be forced to use it, and he does. BKB comes out, but the Stone Gaze from that Medusa is just too much. He can't finish off this Timber Saw. Chris Luck's gotta leave. This Medusa's doing way too much. They buy back on the Ember. He comes back into this fight, trying to chase down Mariano here on the Gyro. Doesn't have detection, though. So he'll be able to disengage. Pandabu ends up dying. Chris Luck still channeling down this Timber Saw. Not be able to find him. Might go the way of Mariano, though, as he does. And now the cheese gets popped. Ember Spirit able to just come back into the fight. Gyro will just BKB TP home.
So they managed to stay alive on the Gyrocopter and the Murano. They keep the 2 important carries alive, but Angel, they couldn't even take out his first life there. Man does not care, and he's going to run it down. He got the creeps here in tier 2 tower. This is the last objective outside the base they needed to take. And I guess grab tier 4 neutral items before they finish shoving in. Illusion's Kid, that is an excellent grab for the Medusa, but she's already got this spider leg, so she can essentially 7-slot herself. Yeah. You are still needing to move around this team fight.
Yep, disruption once again. You know, have those illusions coming out, doing some damage. He's able to toggle the split shot off in time, which is pretty sick. A lot of damage coming out to the Medusa, completely out of mana now, but Chris Luck almost dies in the process. Angel will be able to just disengage. Well, Hex comes through. Nice disruption once again. Lion, though, not going to be as lucky as they jump real deep onto the backside here. Dark Mago catches the Purge, but Schofield burns down, and now without your Shadow Demon, those Medusa illusions are not going to be there to help you out in this fight. They're just going to tunnel down this tower.
Yeah, it's starting to look like they took this one too late on Beast Coast. The Mirana, it's just falling off despite the fact they tried to get the refresher to keep up with things. And whenever they try to commit on those Medusa, they use these single target spells. The Cold-Blooded pops her mana back up, and then she does out a Mystic Snake afterwards. They just can't finish Angel off here.
Nah, not at all. They have so much damage on this team, but it's just not coming through. They know they can't go on the Medusa, so they're trying to commit elsewhere. Oscar now just trying to run away. Rolling Thunder, looking for these heroes on the backside. Maybe he can help, but Angel just turns it on, goes aggressive, force Chris Luck out. Mariano will be able to stand his ground and take down the Medusa's first life, but Whisper, he's only got the Nyx Assassin for this. Arrow not timed perfectly, not going to connect as Angel able to just scurry away. Now Disruption does come through once again. Stunned to follow. This Lotus Orb helping him out quite a bit, but they've got to be careful. The break returned onto the Shadow Demon. He can't get away, and neither can the Pango. He just gets bursted, and now Mariano out of mana, almost out of life. Trying to hobble away. The BKB does keep him alive for the moment. A nice 2-man stun. Dark Mago able to make it out with a remnant, but he wants to come back. And that is going to be all she wrote here, I believe, is 4 heroes are now dead. You can buy it back on the Gyro, but Angel, full health, full mana.
Yeah, no BKB on the Gyrocopter. Even if you do come back in this one, looking like the beginning of the end, they still got gas in the tank here. They're going to try, but I'm not sure what they can accomplish here. Matthew jumping in front of the spells again to activate his Spike Carapace.
He's been looking for the Mirana arrows this whole time with his Blink Dagger, which is so sick. Chain Stun's coming back. Lincoln Spheres, Lotus Orbs, making it so difficult for these guys to play in these fights. And they're just going to focus down the base. I mean, no ping. They know the objective. End the game. Take down that throne. Angel, Pandabu, Oscar. just tunneling, making sure to finish this game off. Maybe they'll pick up a quick little kill here on the Lion, but that's going to be game number 1 here in this series.
Yeah, no ping. They end up taking it late. The Medusa comes online, and Beast Coast, despite moments of brilliance, they couldn't stay with it. I will say that Lion played absolutely amazing in this game. Always seemed to get on top of the targets, but some miscommunication there between Schofield and Chris Luck. The disruption arrows, I think, cost them some pretty crucial fights. The fact those ones didn't land, and especially that one where Whisper was coming in with the Rolling Thunder, and they got disrupted on the Medusa. I think that was one of the major turning points for the game, and they weren't really coming back from that one.
It was, yeah. They just really struggled to line these spells up. I mean, the Mirana did do a decent chunk of damage this game, like 40,000 damage, highest on his team, almost up there with the Ember Spirit, but it was not capable of bringing down like this Timbersaw. The Timbersaw was able to tank through for like her entire set of spells, and that's not worth it, it seems. So they definitely struggled here to find those kills here on the side of Beast Coast, and as a result, No Ping going to be the first winner here today.
Yeah, but only the first of 7 more games we got after this. That sounds right.
It's just a lot of Dota. That's what we do
Yeah,
here.
It's a lot of Dota. Thank you so much to Summer for throwing all this together last minute. It's not the international, but it's close.
It is.
We got
close.
nonstop Dota all day. We got some amazing teams, TI caliber teams, TI invitation teams.
Indeed.
So.
Yeah. Well, that being said, everyone, we're going to go to a quick break, and we'll be back here with game number 2, Beast Coast versus No Ping. Stay tuned. We'll see you in a bit.